Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
श्री चैतन्य भागवत की जय। श्रील वृंदावन दास ठाकुर की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to today's Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat reading.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Sorry, I couldn't join the last 2 days. I was cooking in the kitchen, in the temple.
Oh,
Evening bhoga. There was no one. Ganapati was in India,
oh,
so I couldn't even connect.
no
Hare Krishna.
problem, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you for your services for Shri Radha Sharad Vihari all these
Ye-
years.
Yeah, whatever they desire, they will do it, right?
Yes, yes. The purpose of what we do here is so that we'll be inspired to render service to them. So you're getting that opportunity.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to lose that opportunity. Actually, I cook one day, one time, but this time they had uh, no one to cook, so I
Yeah,
said, okay, I'll go. Thank you,
yeah,
Mataji. Hare
yeah.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
You can
So
start.
yeah, we're reading from Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat, Antya Khanda, the glories of Sri Advaita Acharya. And this chapter is entitled, well, chapter is the glories of Advaita Acharya, but it is chapter number 9, Sri Advaita Mahima Varnana. So we read about the glories of Nityananda Prabhu in several chapters. Then we saw the glories of Sri Gadadhar Pandit. Now we are seeing the glories of Advaita Acharya. So in this chapter, what we read so far uh, is that Advaita Acharya has come to Nilachal along with all the devotees that come for Rath Yatra. And then Advaita Acharya invited Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to come for prasadam. And Mahaprabhu was more than happy because he said, anyone who tastes the prasadam, the cooking of Sri Advaita Acharya, will certainly get love of Godhead. So I am very eager to come, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said. And then, but whenever Mahaprabhu comes, he comes with a group of sannyasis. So wherever he goes for prasadam, then so he'll bring so many other sannyas. Especially to Advaitacharya, he wanted to bring, because he wanted to he wanted all of these sannyasis also to get love of Godhead by tasting Advaitacharya's cooking. So while cooking, Advaitacharya thought, oh, now I want what he made so many varieties, him and his consorts, Sita Thakurani. And like they had like so many shak, varieties of shak, and each shak was prepared in 10 to 20 different ways. That is just shak. And all the dal, cakes, and so many things that they made, sweets, sandesh, and all these sabjis, many. And Advaitacharya is thinking, I want Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to eat all this. And if he brings the sannyasis, then I won't be happy. I want him to eat all this. And then as he thought, all of a sudden, you know, uh, there was thundering and storm so severe that nobody could even step out of their house. This is after Advaitacharya finished cooking, and all the sannyasis had taken their midday baths, and they had performed their midday duties. Now it was time for prasadam, but nobody could step out of their residences except Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The path from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's residence to Advaita Acharya's house, there was no rain. Hardly little bit of drizzling was happening. Anyone could easily walk. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, and he accepted prasadam, and
But the other sannyasis couldn't.
they couldn't come.
Only
They couldn't even. He came alone. They just stayed at home. They couldn't even step out of their homes. They wondered what.
Advaitacharya didn't want.
Yeah, he didn't want. So Lord Indra immediately sent rains. So then, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and he took prasad, he relished everything. And then he asked Advaita Acharya that, no. So um, Advaita Acharya asked Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, why you are leaving half? Like after you finish eating, why you're leaving some behind? What is the purpose? Uh, and then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, did he say anything? I don't think he said anything. Let me go back. Uh, Advaitacharya is saying, I see that you ate most of the vegetables, only a small part of each preparation you did not eat. So Lord Chaitanya said, please listen. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not answer directly to the question. He said, listen, Advaitacharya, where did you learn all this cooking? My God, your cooking is like nectar. I've never tasted shark like this. I've never tasted any preparation like that. and and uh, when he asked that, Sri Advaitacharya said, why should I bother talking to you? You just take prasadam like that. But then after Mahaprabhu ate, Advaita Acharya started offering prayers of Indra. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked him, why you're offering prayers of Indra? And then at that time he says, why should I listen to you? You just take prasad. He didn't answer. And then Mahaprabhu said, after he finished eating and everything, he said, I know why you're offering prayers to India. Those rains, that was your doing. It was not Lord Indra's doing. What power does he have to go against your desire? You were thinking that all these sannyasis will come, then my Lord won't be able to eat. I want him to eat everything. So therefore you didn't want. How could Indra go against your desire? That is why he sent all those rains. My God, those rains, they were so heavy. And all of a sudden, this is not even a season for rain. How did it happen? It is all your doing, like that. So they had nice, sweet talks, both of them glorifying each other. And then Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur glorified Advaita Acharya, that if somebody says that, if somebody is very devoted to one of them and does not like the other one, there are some people, right? They have a lot of respect for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but Advaita Acharya, you know, main is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And if someone else says, I am a devotee of Advaita Acharya, and he doesn't care for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, just like, there are Shaivites and Vaishnavas. Those who are followers of Shiva, they think Vaishnavas are their competitors or enemies or something. So if anyone is doing like that between Advaita Acharya and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is siding with one, he is worshipping one, and doesn't care for the other. That means actually he doesn't care for either of them. It is just he's just thinking that this is my worship. Actually, he doesn't respect or worship either of them. Their worship of one person is not going to bear any benefit. If you have any envy towards the other, it's not going to work out. So in this way, we heard the glories of Advaita Acharya. Now we can, so then like this, Mahaprabhu took prasad that day and he went back to his residence that day after taking meal. And in this way, you see, so many devotees had come from Navadvip. Srivas Thakur had come, many other Grihastha devotees from Navadvip had come for Rath Yatra. And when they come for Rath Yatra, they stay for 4 months. So they will have some residences there in Puri. For 4 months, they have to stay and they cook also, right? It's not like you're in a hotel and somebody is sending you prasad every day. They cook also wherever they stay. So each devotee would invite Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to their residence to come and take prasadam, and Mahaprabhu would go to Srivas Thakur's home and other devotees' homes one after another, and he would fulfill all their desires. So, and then with all the devotees, Mahaprabhu performed Sankirtan in Jagannath Puri. In this way, he always kept them, very satisfied. And one more thing. So now Mahaprabhu's one associate was Damodar Pandit. Damodar Pandit. So Damodar Pandit was so exalted that he was fearless. He could actually, like correct or chastise Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also. That was his rasa with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Mahaprabhu once sent Damodar Pandit to Navadvip and said, I want you to go and see my mother, Sachi Mata, and see how she's doing, and just go and see her. So he goes to Navadvip, and then he offers his obeisances and to give news of Mahaprabhu to her. And then after spending some time with her, he returns now along with all the devotees. He's also back in Jagannath Puri. So in Jagannath Puri, Mahaprabhu took Damodar to the side, and in private he asked Damodar Pandit, did you meet my mother? How is she doing? Is she practicing Krishna consciousness like that? Is she still, devoted to the Lord? Is she practicing like that? Or is her conscious? Is she still Krishna conscious like that? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Damodar Pandit. Hearing this, Damodar Pandit became very disturbed. What did you say? What are you asking? Your mother, she's pure devotional service personified. How could you even ask such a question? In fact, whatever bhakti you have, it is because of your mother. Like that. So that's what we've been reading. Let's just continue reading that. I'll just go back a little bit, that section. So Lord Chaitanya said, text 93, you went to see her. Is my mother devoted to Lord Vishnu? Tell the truth. Hearing these words, renounced and austere Damodar Pandit became angry and said, Master, how can I describe your mother's devotion? Master, why do you ask this question? It is by your mother's mercy that you have devotion to Lord Vishnu. Whatever power you have, all comes from her. Please know without doubt that whatever devotion to Lord Vishnu has arisen within you comes from your mother's mercy. Tears, trembling, perspiration, fainting, shouting, and the body's hair standing erect, the symptoms of ecstasy that come from pure devotion to Lord Vishnu, never for a moment stop being manifested on your mother's body. On her graceful mouth is always manifested the holy name of Lord Krishna. That means not even for one moment she does not, she does not have these ecstasies. At every moment, day and night, her body is manifesting these ecstatic symptoms. At every moment, the holy name is on her lips. Master, you have asked about your mother's devotion. Anyone who asks about her devotion to Lord Vishnu should see your mother. Your mother is devotional service personified. This I tell to you. You know this already. Your question is only to bewilder me. Anyone who speaks the ordinary word, ordinary, any mother, right? Anyone who speaks the ordinary word, I, mother, will, by the power of the word I, no longer suffer any troubles. Hearing his mother's glories from Damodar's mouth, Lord Chaitanya felt bliss that had no limit. Tasting the nectar of ecstatic love, Lord Chaitanya happily embraced Damodar Pandit again and again. Lord Chaitanya said, Damodar, from this day you have the right to sell me. You spoke what was in my heart. That means I'm yours now. You have purchased me. You can sell me to whoever you like. What does that mean? That means if Damodar Pandit is pleased with anyone, if he wants to see someone become a devotee, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu becomes that person's property. He'll just go to that person. Because now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that, not that I give myself to you. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that you purchased me. You purchased me. I'm yours now. By your bhakti, you have actually conquered me. You can sell me to whoever you like. You can sell. You can give me to whoever you like. You can sell. Why give? Sell. Not just give. Like you give. Giving is easy. Selling is difficult, right? And you take something in return for selling. You can sell me. That means I'm just yours. You can do whatever you like with me. Why? Because of your faith and in my mother, and because of your love for my mother, right? And you spoke what is in my heart. Lord Chaitanya said, Damodar, from this day you have the right to sell me. You spoke what was in my heart. Whatever wealth of devotion to Lord Vishnu I possess is all by my mother's mercy. That is not a lie. It is by her desire that I came to this earth. Never will I have the power to repay my debt to her. I am a prisoner in my mother's home. Listen, Damodar, I see my mother at every moment. In this way, Lord Chaitanya gave his mercy to Damodar Pandit. Then Lord Chaitanya returned and sat amongst his devotees. By asking about his mother's devotion, Lord Chaitanya taught a lesson to the entire world. Then Lord Chaitanya asked an old friend, what is the lesson that Lord Chaitanya taught to the entire world? He revealed the exalted position of Sachimata's bhakti to the whole world by asking. Now it's been a while since Mahaprabhu has left home. She's there, a widow, no husband, no sons, no children. Nobody was there with her. But what is the condition of her bhakti? So by asking about his mother's devotion, Lord Chaitanya taught a lesson to the entire world. Then Lord Chaitanya asked an old friend about their friends and kinsmen. He said, please tell me about my friends and kinsmen. Do they have an auspicious life? To reveal that devotional service is the true meaning of the word auspiciousness, Lord Chaitanya asked this question. See, the same is with the Lord's devotees also. They don't waste their speaking ability just for nothing. You know, when they say something, it's not that uh, just, they're just speaking something. Every word that they speak, there is a purpose, right? They use their words very judiciously and for the benefit of others. So Mahaprabhu is asking a question about his mother, was had a purpose behind that. He's teaching a lesson through that. He's asking a question about the well-being of other devotees, the auspiciousness of the other devotees. That also had an instruction to reveal that devotional service is the true meaning of the word auspicious. What do we think in this world? Auspicious means everyone has good health and there is no financial crisis, and everyone is living in opulence, nicely enjoying life and sense
And
gratification. Hmm?
and pious.
Pious,
Okay.
yes, pious, yeah, not committing any sinful activities, being pious, giving charity, so on and so forth. We consider this to be auspicious. Yeah. But the reality is to reveal that devotional service is the true meaning of auspiciousness. Lord Chaitanya asked this question. So he may be poverty stricken, he may be in bad health, he may be having a terminal disease, he may be from a very bad, family background, and he may even be going through some difficult relationship problems in his life, whatever. But if he is still, he or she is still, he has that faith in bhakti, and if he's continuing in his bhakti, his life is auspicious. Never mind all the other things, material things. That's what Mahaprabhu is saying. Auspicious, the word auspicious means, is he still, you know, the most important thing in his life is bhakti or not? And is he actually living by that standard? Is taking shelter. That's why that verse, um, साधुरेव समन्तव्यः सम्यग् व्यवसितो हि अपि चेत् सुदुराचारो भजते माम् अनन्यभाक् साधुरेव समन्तव्यः सम्यग् व्यवसितो हि सः क्षिप्रं भवति धर्मात्मा शाश्वत शान्तिं निगच्छति कौन्तेय प्रतिजानीहि न मे भक्त प्रणश्यते. Why you should call him sadhureva samantavyah samyak vyavasito hi sa? Because he has his faith in bhakti. No matter what he has done, he is continuously performing bhakti. He has not given up bhakti. Even if something went wrong or some inauspicious things are happening, but if he is continuing, he has his faith in bhakti and is continuously going on with his bhakti, you should consider him a sadhu. His life is auspicious because he didn't give up bhakti. That's the lesson. If you don't give up on bhakti. So Mahaprabhu, that's why he's asking, are they auspicious? Right? Do they have an auspicious life? What do you mean by auspicious life? Are they still in bhakti? That's the question. To reveal that devotional service is the true meaning of the word auspicious, Lord Chaitanya asked this question. When devotional service is present, everything is auspicious. When devotional service is absent, even a king has a life that is inauspicious. So that is the barometer, right? To check if somebody's life is auspicious or not. Especially after coming to devotional service, coming in touch with devotees, and having practiced for some time, if somebody goes away, stops practicing Krishna consciousness for whatever reason, they may be doing materially very nicely. Like here it is said, even if he's a king, actually he's not having an auspicious life. They may be very successful in uh, material life, they may have nice credentials, big position in job, admission in big universities, so on and so forth, whatever. But if they are not actually practicing bhakti, their lives are not auspicious. On the contrary, regardless of whatever material condition, if they are practicing bhakti, their lives are auspicious. To reveal that devotional service is the true meaning of the word auspicious, Lord Chaitanya asked this question. When devotional service is present, everything is present. When devotional service is absent, even a king has a life that is inauspicious. If a person has all wealth, fame, and pleasures, but no devotional service to the Lord, then everything he has is inauspicious. If a person has not even today's food, what to speak of all other problems, he doesn't even have food to eat that day. You're starving and then you don't have food. You're so poor that you don't even have food. If a person has not even today's food, and if he lives at the very limit of poverty, but he has devotion to Lord Vishnu, then he is wealthy. This is Mahaprabhu's, this is his vision. This is how he sees a person as wealthy or poor. How do we look at a person as wealthy or poor? What is my vision? Who do I consider as important? Who do I consider as, great? Somebody who's having devotion or somebody who has some position, some titles, some wealth, like who has a PhD, right? Who do I consider as great? And somebody may be just mopping the floor, simple, doesn't have a big educational background, not big jobs and big money, but he has devotion to Krishna. Do I consider that person to be actually an important person because he has devotion? This is how our Lord sees. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this is his vision. If a person has not even today's food, and if he lives at the very limit of poverty, but he has devotion to Lord Vishnu, then he is wealthy. On the pretext of accepting invitations for meals, Lord Chaitanya explained this truth to everyone. Smiling, Lord Chaitanya would say to the person inviting him for a meal, "O master of 100,000, please come before me." So somebody, see, now all these devotees have come from Navadvip, and every day they're taking turns calling Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu over to their house for prasad. And when somebody would come to invite Sri Mahaprabhu to please take prasad in my house today, Mahaprabhu would call him, "O master of 100,000." That means, "O Lakpati, Lakpati," right? One who has 1 lakh. So, "O Lakpati, please come before me. O master of 100,000, please come before me." Only the master of 100,000 can invite me to a meal, right? When you want to uh, invite the president of the country to your house, you should have that type of facility to invite him. You cannot just go to him and invite to your, shack and say, "I have so much love, please come and eat in my house." And you don't have anything to sit him nicely or, no, isn't it? Or when he comes, where do they keep him? In the best hotel with the best facilities possible, isn't it? It's not that you invite a very important person and give him, no. So then this is the supreme personality of Godhead. He is the supreme Krishna. If you're inviting him, then you should have proper facility. So I will only go to that person who's at least a Lakpati, right? Krishna will come only to that person. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will go to that person who's at least a Lakpati, right? You know, to invite Krishna, that much facility you should have. So like that, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, I will only go accept invitation for meals only from that person who is the master of 100,000. Smiling Lord Chaitanya would say to the person inviting him for a meal, "O master of 100,000, please come before me." Only the master of 100,000 may invite me to a meal. Hearing this, all the brahmanas became anxious at heart. 100,000, 1 lakh. You see, even in our lifetimes, I know you also, have seen this. When we were little, what was the value of rupees? Isn't it? Even if you had like 100 rupees, it was a big amount. It would feel like a lot of money. When we go shopping for some vegetables, we would take like 10 rupees, 20 rupees, and you could get so many. Evening you go, you could get so much. For that days, you can get enough vegetables and greens and all that. Now, one vegetable also, it's hard to get. The other day I bought, like just 1 week ago or something, potal was like 120 rupees kilo, like that. So just see the difference in the value of money,
They
right?
then now they say not in kilos. They said in how much is 100 grams.
My
That
God,
you
that's true. Yeah,
it sounds less.
less. Look at that. So like that. Yeah, 10 for 100 grams. Oh, 10 rupees, that's good, but it's 100 grams. Like that. That's true. Now they talk in grams. So, uh, but back then, rupee had so much value. 1 rupee. I remember when I was a child, 1 rupee was like a big money. We still used to have paise, right? 5 paise, 10 paise, 20 paise. 1 rupee was considered lot. Like grandmothers, if they gave you 1 rupee, it means you have a lot of money. You can get a lot of candy. We could get candy for 5 paise, you could get candy. So 1 rupee means you get 20 candies. It's a lot, 1 rupee back then. But anyway, so like that, and this is like 500 years before. You can imagine what's the value of money in those days, how much you could get. And in those days, 1 lakh, if somebody had 1 lakh, he would be like, my God, a king, I think. So all these poor brahmanas, from Navadip, they're thinking, we have to have 1 lakh to invite Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We don't have that capacity. We are just poor brahmanas, because brahmanas, they're not after earning money, and only some big businessmen and Sethjis may be able to invite Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We are not capable. We cannot do that. So when Mahaprabhu said only one who is the master of 100,000 may invite me to a meal, when the brahmanas heard this, they became very anxious. They had this desire to invite Mahaprabhu. They wanted to feed him, but then they saw themselves unqualified. Oh, he will only go to somebody who has 1 lakh. So now the devotees are saying, Brahmanas, if you will not accept meals from us household. Oh, no, no, sorry. Here, yeah. The Brahmanas then offered this prayer. Oh Lord, who is who of us, right? You're speaking about each person should have, right? Anyone who's inviting should have. Who amongst us uh, has 100,000 coins? They used to have coins back then, right? Gold coins, copper coins, silver coins. Even if it is copper coins, who has 100,000 coins amongst us? Nobody has. None of us have 1,000 coins. If you will not accept meals from us householders, we will all burn in ashes, right? That's our only hope as householders. We can cook something for the Lord, right? And buy some flowers. Other than that, what else can we do? The sannyasis, brahmacharis, they are with him all the time, traveling. They get that personal association. We have to maintain our families, work. So our only hope is little bit of, you know, personal service that we get is we can cook something for the Lord. We can make some garlands for the Lord, right? Like that. So if that is also taken away from us, what is there in our life? We will burn to ashes, right? If you will not accept meals from us householders, we will all burn into ashes. Then Lord Chaitanya said, do you know what the phrase master of 100,000 mean, right? Means, that means, do you know what I mean when I say Lakpati? It describes a person who every day chants 100,000 holy names. So 100,000 holy names is equivalent to 64 rounds of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So anyone who's chanting at least a 64 rounds of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, only from him I will accept. That's what I mean, Mahaprabhu is saying. That person I call master of 100,000. Anyone who is chanting 100,000 holy names every day, I call that person the master of 100,000. That person may offer me a meal. I will not enter any other house. If a person is not chanting, I won't take anything he's cooking, and he should chant 64 rounds. Hearing the Lord's merciful words, the Brahmanas lost their worries and became happier. That we can do, of course, right? And we are doing also, but we will do that with with the regulation, 100,000, yes, they became very happy. Gold coins or whatever coins, that's not possible for us. Chanting, yes, we can do. Hearing the Lord's merciful words, the Brahmanas lost their worries and became happy at heart. They said, Lord, we will chant 100,000 holy names. Please accept meals from us. We are fortunate that you have taught this to us. So Lord Chaitanya would accept meals from them. The Brahmanas now, so after Mahaprabhu said, now they started chanting 100,000 holy names daily. In this way, teaching how to engage in devotional service. The king of Vaikunta played in an ocean of devotional activities. In this way, Lord Chaitanya taught how to engage in devotional service. The Lord did not ask any question that was not about devotional service. See, right? Whatever he would speak, it would only induce the other person to perform devotional service. And his questions or his activities would only remind a person of devotional service, would inspire that person to render devotional service. The Lord did not ask any question that was not about devotional service. The Lord said, a person who engages in devotional service has an auspicious life. I always stand behind him. Lord Chaitanya would not look at any face that did not glorify devotional service. One day, Lord Chaitanya asked his spiritual master Keshav Bharati about bhakti, devotional service, and jnana, impersonal speculation. Lord Chaitanya said, which is better, bhakti or jnana? O master, please consider this and tell your final conclusion. Thinking in his heart for some moments, Keshav Bharati spoke to Lord Chaitanya. Keshav Bharati said, after thinking in my heart, I see that devotional service is more glorious than anything else. Then Lord Chaitanya said, why is devotional service better than impersonal speculation? The sannyasis say impersonal speculation is better. Keshav Bharati said, no, Keshava Bharati. Bharati means what? It's sannyas order. These are all the various sannyas orders. Order means they have different uh, titles. Hmm? Um, like we have castes, like that. So they have different surnames, titles of sannyasis, like Saraswati, Bharati, uh, who else? Uh, Puri, like this. These are all various titles of sannyasis. So uh, Keshava Bharati is a sannyasi. And in those days, uh, Shankaracharya's Advaita philosophy was very prominent in society. When you talk of sannyas, the most popular sannyasis were the Mayavad sannyasis. So the sannyasis, they are saying that jnana is more important and impersonal liberation is superior to bhakti, like that. So, and Mahaprabhu is asking Keshav Bharati, he's a sannyasi, right? So, the Lord Chaitanya said, why is devotional service better than impersonal speculation? The sannyasis say impersonal speculation is better. Keshav Bharati said, they do not know the path the great souls walk. Fools leave the path of the scriptures, the path great souls walk. Brahma, Shiva, Narada, Prahlad, Sukadev, Vyasa, Sanaka, and the sages, Yudhishthir and the Pandavas, Priyavrat, Prithu, Dhruva, Akrura, and Uddhava are the names of the great souls or Mahajans. Approaching the Supreme Lord's feet, they all beg for devotional service. Why do they beg for devotional service and not impersonal speculation? These are the actual authorities, Mahajans. When they go to the Lord, they can beg for impersonal liberation or impersonal speculation. Why do they beg for devotional service? These great authorities. Mahajano yena gatasya pantha, right? Follow in the footsteps of Mahajan. They chalk the path for us. So we don't see that they go and beg for impersonal liberation. They're begging for devotional service. Why? Mahaprabhu's or Keshav Bharati Maharaj is asking. Why, without stopping to think, do the great souls turn from impersonal liberation and moment after moment beg for devotional service? All the words of the Puranas prove this. What boon did the demigod Brahma beg from the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Right? So that we see in Lord Brahma's prayers, Brahma Vimohan Leela. I'll have to end because Mangalarti has started, but we'll continue tomorrow. Thank you very much. Hari